and welcome to Mike Nerichlo Online, sharing my love for people, wine, food, and all things made passionately. So for those of you who don't know this, when I film my show, the video camera here's got a flip screen. I flip it over and it helps me see where I'm filming, where the bottles are, blah de blah de blah. Right now, all I can see is the hair on my upper lip. Doing my part to support Movember. Great excuse to grow a mustache. Google Movember if you don't know what it's all about. You can check it out. Raising awareness for male diseases and disorders and whatnot. Anyway, we're carrying on in Chile. I'm really curious. So like I said, all I can see is this in the camera. So this is the first week of November. This is going to be carrying on with us all the way through November. It might grow on me. I might get really used to it and keep it. But by the end of November, I'm really curious to see how much it turns into. We'll play with it a little bit. Anyway, Twitter me or send me your, or Facebook or whatever, pictures of your Movember action. I want to see what's going on with everybody else out there too. Sharing a nice glass of wine. Okay, back to wine. Chile. Last episode, we talked about Carmenere from Chile. Big, bold, red variety that's taken the world kind of by storm in value from Chile. We had one in that episode that was like getting kicked in the face. It was huge, one of the biggest, boldest reds I've had in a long time. Really fun wine, really interesting. Make sure you check it out if you want something like that. That's a winter time. That's a this time of year type of wine. Another variety that does really well in Chile and a lot of people are very interested and excited about and get some good value out of is Sauvignon Blanc, one of the white grapes of Chile. Now we're going to carry on to a couple other white varieties and stuff in future episodes. Today we're starting with Sauvignon Blanc. Everything from the same vintage. We're going 2011. We're going to try and do a comparison and find some value for you. So Sauvignon Blanc, white variety, world renowned, been around for a long time. You'd find it initially, historically, in the northern part of France, just kind of above Bordeaux, well, above and a little bit east of Bordeaux. Interesting area there. You get your more minerally driven wine, very terroir driven, a lot of flavor characteristic, kind of that steely, minerally, grassy flavors. Great food wine. You see it in, it's really put its stamp on New Zealand. Sauvignon Blanc does exceptionally well in New Zealand. Does kind of that grassy, almost like bell pepper flavors and aromas. Very almost like sharp green aromas, vegetal. And not long ago I did Sauvignon Blancs from Ontario. Super interesting part of the wine world, Eastern Canada. Sauvignon Blancs coming from there have this kind of sweet, fresh garden pea aroma, gooseberries. Anyway, what I'm getting at, Sauvignon Blanc, a very diverse grape variety. It reflects different things wherever it's grown on the planet. And it's a really interesting grape variety, a fun, approachable grape variety. That can go from the realm of fun and approachable all the way up to like pretentious nerd wine, does really well, interesting wine. Like I said, we're concentrating on Chile. Let's get right into it. So the first one I'm doing, this is the Calitera Reserva. It's the 2011, like I mentioned, $13 for this wine. Up here in Canada, again, $13 for this wine. Let's see how it plays out. I have a mustache. All right. On the nose. Mustache kind of goes with this show, actually. I need a cigar or a cigarette or something and a leather chair and a smoking jacket. And welcome to Wine Reviews with Michael and his mustache. Okay, Sauvignon Blanc. This one falls into the fruity realm of Sauvignon Blanc. South America, Chile, it's a warmer climate area, more New World, so you're going to get a lot more of those fruity aromas, but Chile has a lot of very interesting, cool climate growing areas as well. You get a whole different selection of wines from all over Chile. It's such a long, narrow strip of country. Their climate's quite diverse. So the first one, this one goes into that fruity realm. You get those apple meets pear and pineapple on the nose. More of those tropical aromas, ripe tropical tree ripened fruits. Has a savoriness on the nose as well, almost like slight mineral, almost limestoney meets a greenness. It's kind of close to that fresh garden sweet green pea meets gooseberry, somewhere in there. Slightly savory, almost salted. Interesting nose. On the palate. Hold on a sec. $13. I like this wine. I like this wine for $13. It's not the most complex, write home, tell all your relatives about it wine, but it's a fun wine. It's an enjoyable wine. It's very approachable. Not many people are not going to like this wine. It's got a really nice balance between fruit and savoriness with a beautiful acidity on the finish. So on the palate, you get kind of those, a lot of pear. Yeah, a lot of pear. A lot of pear, hints of green apple. Almost kind of a, let's just say Welch's white grape juice flavors. I don't know if that's cliched to say in the wine world. I don't really care. But I taste white grape juice. And on the finish, just before it hits that acidity, it's got this slight savory, like white berry, like gooseberry meets slight grassiness. That's a good note for it. It's kind of grassy. I like that. It's straight up. You know it's Sauvignon Blanc. Blind test, I'd probably say Sauvignon Blanc. It's very signature Sauvignon Blanc. For $13 from Chile, we found some value for you right away. I'm calling this good on my wine rating system. Good Sauvignon Blanc from Chile. Seek that one out. Nice balanced wine. See how the rest play out. I'm really curious to see if they follow suit. The second one. Get my glass rinsing here while I'm talking about it. The Casillero del Diablo. Sauvignon Blanc 2011 from Chile. This is also their Reserva. Produced by Concha de Toro. There we go. Casillero del Diablo. Cellar of the Devil. Direct translation. Don't really know what they're trying to play off with that. They've got the little insignia in the bottle there. Kind of cool. Whatever. Rinsey, 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 rinse my glass here. Okay. Let's see this one. Okay. Compared to the first. I'm searching. Sorry, that's why I didn't even talk about the nose. I'm searching. I don't like when I have to do that. That's a tip for you, actually. This works for me. It may not work for you. What I just did there, I find that when my nose starts to fart out because I'm smelling a lot, if you smell your own skin, it almost neutralizes your nose. Works for me. Try it. Totally neutralizes my nose, and I have more subjective nose again. Yeah, the nose on this one. Do you hear the truck just start outside? Anyway. Nose on this one is simple. It's hidden. It's tight. I get some apple, some pineapple, a little bit of grassiness. They're all subtle aromas. They're not leaping out of my glass. And at room temperature, like these wines are, you should be getting a lot of aromatics out of them. Simple nose. Yeah, kind of grassy. Okay. This wine tells me a little bit of a story. I'm going to call it a little bit of a disappointing story. So I'm disappointed in this wine. $13, much better value on the first wine. Yeah, story of this wine, the alcohol comes across high because I think they're both 13% alcohol. Yeah, they're both 13% alcohol. Alcohol comes across high because it doesn't have the backbone, the fruit, and everything to carry it. Now, on the palate, up front, I taste a little bit of green apple meets pineapple. A little bit. The flavors aren't coming at me like, ooh, we're here. After that, you get this really big, like, in-your-face acidity, which is hitting the alcohol. So it's like all these pieces are doing this. They're just battling with each other. They're disjointed. The first one, everything kind of comes together. It's my hippie notion for the day. It's all come together, man. It's all come together. The other one, anyway. So it's butting heads in here. You get that, it's disjointed on the palate. I'm not a big fan. When I say disjointed, all the pieces are separate. They kind of come across bitter. Now, in some wine regions, hot ones in particular, I'm not going to say these guys did this, but I know it does happen in your wine making. In a hot wine region, you tend to, acidity makes wine awesome. Acidity makes wine savory. Acidity makes wine food friendly. In a hot wine region, sometimes your grapes get really ripe, which will create a high alcohol, which you lose out on acidity. So you tend to get those nice fruity aromas, which this one tends to be lacking, but you miss acidity. A lot of wineries, again, no names mentioned, no region mentioned, will sometimes throw what's called tartaric acid. it's just kind of a muddle of all the acidity that should end up in a wine, artificially into a wine to help boost the acidity. That's what this wine says to me. Again, I shouldn't be making these claims. It's none of my business, blah, 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 but it comes across artificial, comes across disjointed. It's like acid and alcohol, blah, again. Not doing it for me. Yeah, I just not a fan. Don't really like this wine. I'll put it on, I don't know. On my wine rating system, if you check it out, read through it. I got it hanging below the camera as my reminder. It's not quite awkward. It's not on my awkward realm. We'll just call it okay. Like, it's drinkable. You'd enjoy it. It's not a bad wine. It's not awful. But it's just okay. It's disjointed. It's funny. Shouldn't be $13 to be honest. It just not that great a quality. Okay, enough with that one. Let's see if we find some value in the third. Santa Rita 2011. This is also the Reserva. Tried to get very comparable wines. All Reservas, all 2011, all Chile. Sauvignon Blanc. Now this one's up a couple bucks, $15. Let's see if the couple bucks is worth it compared. Again, the first one so far, I'm really digging the first one. Balanced, good wine. Here we go. Okay, third one makes me happier than the second. I need to keep the first one in the shot there so you can see it. There we go. Okay, on the nose. This one I like. Now the first one, how I said, it's got that balance, kind of fruitiness, meets a really nice green, kind of savory aspect. The third one is kind of like a green, savory aspect, meets a nice balanced fruitiness. A little bit more heavy on this one's got more of those kind of gooseberry flavors, a little bit more of that greenness, almost that sweet green pea meets, I'm going to venture to say grassy or chive, something like that, like a very, very delicate green onion. Interesting nose, very savory. This is your seafood wine. Just off the nose, this is your seafood wine. This is your crab legs, this is your mussels, this is your oysters, this is your... It's a seafood wine. Go good with your shrimp. So good with your seafood pastas. Okay, this one, wow. Yeah, worth the $15. Again, if you're looking for the fruity realm, fruity and balanced, at this one. If you're looking for the more savory and balanced, this one. This is a kind of a little bit more of a nerd wine. It's got a lot of things going on the palate. On the nose, again, so I gotta tell you what we're smelling. Yeah, it's got nice tropical aromas, pear, apple, pineapple in there, but they're all there with that gooseberry and green savory aromas on the palate. Well balanced. They're saying 13.5 alcohol in here. Slightly taller, but it's got so many flavor aromas that it's working. Everything works together. It's meshing again. Meshing, man, it's good wine. $15 for this one. I like it. Savory, kind of almost meets like floral. Man, this episode's getting long. Anyway, 13 minutes in already. Dandelion meets grassy, meets nice mineral, earthy characteristics to it. Good wine. This is more of a food wine. This is more of a back porch sipper on a sunny day. So good with your like white pasta. Is going to cut through those fatty flavors. Yeah, if you have like a seafood shellfish pasta, that's the one. I like this. Balanced, savory, briny, almost like that salted sort of finish. Beautiful, balanced acidity. Good wine, $15. The extra $2, my opinion, worth it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Not quite in my great realm, because it does, on the finish, comes across quite green, needs food. Pretty good. Pretty good. Good plus. We're going good plus on this one. Definitely good plus. $15. That's the episode. Thank you so much for watching today. Wine depretentiousized. And we'll see everybody out there on the next episode.